welcome to the Love Positivism podcast. I'm your host, Cheriii, and I'm the creator of Love Positivism. I'm here to help you on your spiritual and healing journey. I am a certified yoga and meditation teacher, a student of Chinese medicine, a doula, a Reiki practitioner, and a passionate, highly sensitive person. I want to use my knowledge to channel information and messages for you to grow on all levels. Hi, and welcome to this week's episode. I'm so grateful that you're here, and thank you so much for tuning in to these episodes and sharing all of your beautiful comments and reviews with me. I really appreciate it. And this week is so beautiful. I have the lovely artist and spiritual being Cherii as my guest. And this episode is all about prayer, singing, and also the path to spiritual awakening. And Cherii shares her experience and her wisdom with all of us. And she also talks about how she's creating music that is healing, that is truly composed in a way to certain frequencies to help you on your spiritual path and awakening. And we cover also how prayers and singing can be a tool on your path to awakening. She shares her path into Vedanta and Buddhism. She also speaks about her connection to Mary Magdalene, the power of sound, and how important it is to detox from toxins. And she sees music as food. So this is truly a beautiful conversation, and I'm really excited to share it with you. And I'm so grateful. If you do love it, just leave a review on iTunes and a rating, and it will help so much more people to find this and to be with us on this beautiful path in this community. So enjoy this week's episode. Hi, Cherii.
Hi, Cherii.
Hi, so happy to have you here. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm so grateful, and I always start by asking, how do you stay mindful and present in your life?
Prayers. Constant prayers.
And is that something that you practice daily, or?
Yeah, the more I practice, the more I feel connected. The more it opens my heart. So I practice sometimes the most is 3 or 4 hours a day. And a day without a prayer, without my practice, is not a good day for me.
And what type of prayers do you use? Do you use your own, or do you do mantras or chanting?
I had different periods in my life. I studied a lot Buddhism, first of all. So I had Buddhist prayers. And after Vedanta came in my life quite strongly, I had different masters. So I received a lot of mantras from this tradition. And before what happened in the world, before the corona came in our lives, I received a lot of prayers from the Christ and Maria and Mary Magdalene and all this other tradition. And so nowadays I pray a lot through and by Marie, Jesus, Archangel Michael. So because yeah, it's a new call, and I think it's a new period. So different tools are coming, so different prayers are coming, and it's really different from Vedanta prayers and prayers from Buddhism. It's more about saving ourselves and the world. A lot of open heart and just join this peace and this love of Jesus. It's different, and it's helping me a lot in those days to support myself and the world. And there are a lot of healings with the light, divine light, with the Christ, and this is how I stay present and without fears.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm so happy to have you here. We've been connected since I don't know when actually, but
Yeah,
we've been really connected. We found each other on Instagram, and
yeah,
I love your music, your voice, and I think we truly connected on all levels. And then I went to south of France on the Mary Magdalene path, and we found a connection there as well, even if we weren't
yeah,
there at the same time. So
yeah.
maybe we can start. I think the listeners would love to know more about who you are and what you do. So can you share that with them?
Yeah, and it's funny that you remember me, that you were in France,
Mm,
and you had this call before me.
mm,
Because when you received the call,
mm,
I was still in meditation in Buddhism, and I
mm,
remember when you told me I'm coming in France, and I felt like, wow, something
mm.
strong is happening.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like when we connect, because other women, it's like we initiate each other into different things. So it's just to
Yeah,
stay open and be divinely guided at all times.
yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah, it's beautiful. So thank you for
Yeah.
this reminder.
Yes.
Oh, so I'm Cherii. I'm a singer. I sing until I'm a little girl. It's like my sacred gift. Um, as I remember, music was always something very special to me. Uh, like a kind of invisible but concrete thing at the same time, because you can't catch the sound, but you really can receive it through your body, your heart, even your feelings. So it's a very subtle art, um, and at the same time I remember that it healed me first a lot, because I was so shy and so wild, a wild little girl. And so music just brought in my life so much healing, so much connection inside. And after, of course, when you sing, you start to sing for others, and so the healing is really strong when you're shy. When I was shy, just to feel that I can share, thanks to music, on this level, and so. Yeah, I did nothing else, just singing for elements, for animals, for people, in so many forums, so many different places. Um, yeah, music is something I think special for me, but for Earth, for all of us. Like, you know what music can do. Like you are here and you feel in kind of strange mood or not really dynamic, and you just put your favorite song on, and a new world is happening, is opening.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I'm actually also interested in, since we've also had episodes with sound and sound healing, and also how you got into, we can start maybe how you started getting to the Vedanta and also the Buddhist path and how that has been for you.
Yeah, so because my path is quite around healing, because when I was a little girl, again, I was quite healed. Um, and I didn't understood why I was always tired in my body, in my emotions, even in my brain. You know, it was hard for me to concentrate. So I started to search how I can be centered, how I can feel more energy. And so during my path, I received a lot of different reconnections. And my first healing when I was 15 was my mother get healed, and the traditional medicine couldn't help her. So she started to search for something else, like alternative things, and she started to go to specific healers. And when she felt the results, she just proposed me to offer me my first healings. And it was with sound healing, sound bath on the chakras, and with the colors. And the lady was putting those diapason, you know, those kind of long stuff with the frequencies on my chakras. And I was 15 and I was like, wow, what is this? So I was amazed, and I felt the transformation when she was just next to me and doing all those sounds, different type of sounds on my chakras. And so chakras was linked to India. And so I started to search. And the second healer was about past lives. I was like 16. And I remember that it was really strong to see all those kind of different eternity. And then I found Buddhism to explain the reincarnation and all those stuff that we don't have influence. So I learned a lot to remember my story, not only this life, but my lives, and to start clean all the memories. And then I felt that it was a bit masculine for me, that I had to connect on a more feminine level, because Buddhism is quite masculine and all the masters were males. And so my sister went in Bali like 12 years ago, and when she came back with all this Vedanta and Vedas tradition. And it was really feminine, because Bali is really feminine, and it was really about the flowers, the ceremonies, and the mantras, and being all together, women circles, Devi circles. And I was like, wow, it's a beautiful extension of what I've learned. So I studied again during a lot of 7 or 8 years. the mantras and the yoga associated, because Vedanta is everywhere. You cook Vedanta, you breathe Vedanta, you connect with your dear sisters in those specific ceremonies, and we call it bhava. It's states, in those states. And I received a lot of healings too. And just before the corona, I received something different. And then I felt, wow, something is happening here. I'm living in a little village in Brittany, really wild. And there is a little church close to my house, like 2 minutes by feet from the house. And the village is called Loc Maria. It means the home of Mary. And I didn't realize, I was like, oh, it's a nice name.
Yeah.
You know that sometimes we are in and we don't know what's happening, but the process is on. And then my husband told me, there is something special, the walk of the Christ next Friday. Do you want to go there? And so I went with a friend because I'm not Christian. So I was like, okay, I need a friend who is Christian to help me and to guide me like my friends did for me in Vedanta. And I did the ritual. For me, it was a ritual, with the priest and this walk during the 15 steps of the Christ, his birth and the Annunciation with the angels and archangels to Mary, until his death and his elevation. The light body, and we were on our knees and the cross, and I was like, oh my God, it's really powerful. It was epic for me, I felt it really, really strong. And at the end of the ceremony, the celebration, they gave, the little piece of bread, and it's the body of the Christ. And my friend told me, you can go cross your arms, and so you can have a benediction. You can have the priest giving you the blessings. And I was okay, and I came and I put my arms like a cross to tell him that I'm not baptized, So I usually, when you do that, the priest can't give you the bread, so the Christ of the body, but he gives you the blessings. And when I came, my arms were really like a cross, and the priest gave me the bread, and I was like, it was my first time, so I was like, are you sure? And he told me, yeah, take it. And he placed me the bread, inside my hand. And so I took it, like, okay, why not? And when the celebration ends, my friend told me, but you took it? I was like, yes, the priest just told me to take it, like, yes, take it. And my friend told me, usually it's totally forbidden because you are not baptized, so you can't take it. And he told me, but perhaps something is happening, perhaps God is calling you. And I was like, okay, if you're telling me, okay. And I came back home. I did my stuff, and in the middle of the night, like it was 1 p.m. or midnight, I just awoke, and I had this, like, how can I describe that? my heart was burning, literally burning, like I had a hole inside of my chest. And it was so strong that I couldn't breathe. I was like burning, like a a big sun, and I couldn't breathe. So I came down the stairs, took a lot of water, and it was so intense that I took the paper that the priest gave me with some prayers, and I started to pray to support the pain. And at the same time, it was pain, but it was something like a passion, or I didn't know. It was like, oh my God. And I felt something moving in my belly too during 9 hours. And the only way I can support the pain was to pray. And so I felt like 9 o'clock in the morning, like, what is this? So I went on my computer and I started to write down miracles with the holy body of the Christ. And I realized that, wow, it's not something like folkloric thing. And I literally saw all those miracles. People who were just eating once a week the body of the Christ and nothing else. So much miracles, and I read them and I felt like, oh my God, okay, so this is a new path. This is a new chapter. And I went to see the priest and tell him, you know what, you gave me the bread and I had that, but it was forbidden for me to take it. And he told me, okay, so I gave you the body of the Christ, and you are not baptized, but Jesus is calling you. And from there, a lot of voices are coming, and I understand a lot of things from the first song I wrote, Come to Me. First time when I channeled the song, channeling. You are channeling all your text, and I recognize that the spirit inside of us, which is writing through us. And some people are calling it the Great Spirit, or the Holy Spirit, or the Spirit, or the Divine, or God. But it's, that force. It's not us. It's, it's like taking us. And we give back. And I wrote Come to Me like 3 years ago, and I didn't understand the song. And after that night, I realized that Come to Me is a call of the Holy Spirit. Come to me, and you will feel all right. You will know what is the beauty of the night. Come to me, and you will feel secure, safe. Go and let go. And I was like, oh my God, I wrote that song 3 years ago. I had to release it the 10th of April, which is the resurrection of the Christ. And we feel unsafe because of the corona, and the world is upside down. And Come to Me is the Holy Spirit calling us, like, come to me, come to my peace, come to that space inside of you, come to your light, your divine. And everything was, everything was like a puzzle placed all together. And I received a lot from there. And I realized that we are living something really special, really special. And this corona is about the crown, our crown, our 7th chakra, our connection to God. It's time to awake all together. So the song is about that. Come to me. It's an activation of the Holy Spirit, an invitation. And I didn't realize that. I was like, come to me and you will feel right. Okay, who is speaking? Come to me. Where do I need to go? I was like, I didn't understand really. And now it's crystal clear, really crystal clear.
Oh, that's beautiful. So your channeling is definitely through your voice and everything that you're writing, and I'm interested in also your journey. Now you have opened. I don't know when in the timeline was this. Was it recently or a couple of years ago? When you that was last year.
When I took the bread,
Yeah.
it was in March.
Okay.
Just before uh, the the wave where everybody had to stay at home.
Yes.
And I remember I was calling the priest because no one can go to church, and it was like the last ceremony before it was forbidden to go to church. Because after this ceremony at the little church, the chapel, everything was closed and it was forbidden to be together. People in France were forced to stay at home, and so it was like
Divine timing.
divine time, like it's now.
Yeah. And also, how has, now that you also shared about the lake and all of that, how has Mary Magdalene, because I mean, both of them represent together the divine feminine and masculine. Have you felt that you've received messages and channel through her as well?
A lot of Maria is coming a lot for me. She's there a lot to heal me. Each time I feel that I'm not in the light, that I have memories, that I have angers from the past. I pray Marie. She's really there to. It's really special. She's taking with her hands things inside of my body. Literally, she dive inside and she take off the pains, physical pains, or traumas, or heavy emotions. And she's helping me a lot to feel unconditional love from the mother, the mother of the mother. She's taking me in her arms with her coat, blue coat. And she's my mother now. It's like each time I feel lost, each time I feel like I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't know the way. I go to my mother, to my divine mother. I cry, I pray. I tell her everything. Oh, like, Mother Mary, oh, please help me. Help me with my husband, because we are different. Help me with my children. It's so hard for me with my children now. Please take my children. Show me what to do. It's the mother of the mother, like she's always there. And sometimes she's looking at me like, don't do that. Because sometimes I'm always, truth is really important for me. And sometimes I'm gossiping inside of my head, like, da la la la, this kind of judging things. And Mary there to say, be aware. Be aware, even if it's not in your mouth and in your words. Be aware of your thoughts. Be always kind. Be always remember that you can be that person, that she's suffering. In French, we say miséricorde. Misericordious, this heart, open heart, with blood, open with the roses and the blood, and remember that humility, vulnerability. So she's there to remember me that. And so when I have those kind of gossiping crap things, from not feeling enough or secure, or need to protect from I don't know what, I'm praying. I tell her prayer, and so my mental, my brain is purified. I was doing that with mantras before, and now I do that with Maria prayers. It's something else. It's not the same. I love both, but it's like you can't say that pepper is the same as salt. You see what I mean? With a recipe, you don't use sugar as you use salt, and etc. Or chili. It's complementary. It's another tool.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I'm thinking that now you've had these things come to you since you opened up. I'm thinking about the listeners that are maybe longing to either awakening or opening up to let more divinity consciousness to be presented and guiding, because I think our physical senses and our worldly needs and our ego can become almost like a blockage for that, because sometimes we want to experience and we have a deep desire, and it can take time. I think for most of us it has taken time. I think it would be interesting how you would guide others into that, if that is not just coming in a natural, easy way.
Yeah. It's very interesting because I know why I'm here. Today I know why I'm here. I'm here to support. I'm here to be in the light and to spread the light. I'm here to give. I'm here to show myself with others and to build this new world I'm dreaming of until I'm 3 years old. So this time is now, and my heart is blooming like, oh my God, it's now. We can do it all together. We are ready to do it. So I made the music, and I always tried to find how to be healthier, because as I told you, I was always tired of what I was watching at the TV, tired of the words teachers were spreading in my ears, tired of the smells of the town, the chemicals, tired of all the clothes with all those chemicals, tired of those horrible foods that I get from my mother, not organic, and that's why she get ill, and all my senses were saturated, and I realized that I was fed up, I was tired, because through all my my pores of my body with toxic products, creams, and cleaners, like not organic, and all the food through my mouth, all the smells through my nose, and all the toxic informations and TV through my eyes, I realized that all my walls were intoxicated. All my surroundings were like toxic. And so I felt like, okay, we need to do something. We need to create new products. We need to get good products to put in our halls for the pores. And I realized that it's about the senses, the scent, the sound, the food, the scent of touch. And I started to create my own brand. The name is Six Senses. And at my level, I'm creating a perfume with no chemicals, no alcohol. So for the smell, the sense of smell, and music is for our ear. And I met someone beautiful from Brazil. When he listened to the music, he started to draw, and we made a game card to activate our inner gold. So this is for the sixth senses. The sixth sense is the intuition, to connect to our own guidance. And then I felt okay. And for the taste, for the sense of taste, so I wrote a book with recipes, simple recipes with superfood. And after, for the sense of touch, so I started to create an organic line with t-shirts and clothes, and with ecological printing and everything, like we deserve that. We deserve to be fulfilled with ecological products made with love. I have created a flower of life. It's a jewel in gold and diamond to have the sacred geometry, so we can wear the flower of life and be infused by this drawing. And we can watch it, and as we watch, we become. And I'm doing it, inside of my everyday life. So, what for me is a big key: we are the guardians of our senses, and what is going inside of us is creating our vibratory rate. And if you put so much things at a very low vibration, it will put you down. But if you put inside of your body, through your senses, high vibration food, high vibration music, high vibration readings, movies, smells with divine essential oils or flowers, or it will raise your vibration. And so your vibratory rate will rise. And now there are machines who measure, which are measuring our vibratory rate. As you know how tall you are, as you know your weight, now we can know our vibratory rate, on which level we are vibrating. And depending on our vibration, we will manifest some reality on a certain plan, a certain playground. And when you have another vibration, so your cells are vibrating more upper and so faster, because your cells are always moving at a certain level, a certain frequency. The name of the unity is unity bovis. It's not centimeters or meters, it's unity bovis. So you can definitely know your level of vibration, and then upper you vibrate, upper your cells are vibrating faster, and so you will generate really fast your reality. You see, so
Yeah, I totally
you
see that. Yeah.
yeah, you see those dominoes effects.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for sharing that, because I think it's about being aware of all aspects as well, and being conscious of what we consume within our energy body and our physical body. And the thing with listening, I think we don't understand that listening is a way to feed our body as well. So what we, and also what we read, because that's like an inner listening, it really affects our energy and our state and our emotions. So I think that's a good way to just connect with how you create your music that is meant to raise the vibration and frequency and for healing, I think, because that's how I feel when I listen to your music.
Yeah, exactly. Music is food. Reading is food. Food is not only vegetables or cooking. Everything which is entering inside of your body, of my body, is feeding you with a certain quality, a certain vibration, a certain level. So the game is to always be sure that what we accept, what we welcome, is, and we take directly inside of our halls, is good for us. And then when you have this level, like you have your womb, like your egg, sacred egg, then you can transmute, thanks to prayers, transmute the energies which are not so high. But first of all, you need to build your gold egg, because if we have too much toxic, we start to fight inside of us. We won't have this safety to transmute outside. And yes, the music which is coming through my voice is there to feed, and some beautiful miracles happened with the music. I shared on my Instagram. We've done like 700 tests now on people from all over the world, women and men, ages 15 until 59. And we get amazing results on the body. So the test is really simple. We scan the body, the feet, the legs, the spine, the back, the shoulders, everything. You write down before you listen. all the pains, you know, all the heavy stuff, and what you want to release. And so people were writing, just taking 3 big breaths, put the headphones on, listen to the song 1 time, 2 times, 3 times as they want. After they open the eyes and they write down, they rescan the body. And we had amazing stuff. I have so many testimonies. People who don't take medicine anymore because they had chronic pains. So this is their medicine. They just put the song on, and the Great Spirit is doing, you know, what he's doing for each one of us. Some people get visions. Some people get shakings everywhere. Some people were burping, like during 10 minutes. Some people felt that something opened in the brain at the right side, and after on the left side of the brain, and water came out from the ear. We had so many blessings, like, and this is my wish. I want us to be healed. I want us to be free. I want us to be, you know, to be in the peace and the joy and the love that it is meant to be. I mean, God gave the earth for that. And it's not because some people, you know, some people are losing themselves in the darkness, that the program, the divine program, is there for us. The real divine matrix is there for us. We just need to go through the illusion and to find our brothers and sisters and create those new structures, because it's the fake matrix what we are living. You know, we are in the middle of arising to the divine matrix, which is based on abundance. We know how the nature works. From a flowers, you have 100 seeds. From a tree, we have like 2 or 3 hundred apples. And I can share with my neighbors because I can't eat all those apples from myself. So nature is based on multiplicity, on abundance. And because of, old fears, some people start to say, oh, I want to take all the apples for me. And you are starving, but it doesn't matter. So give me money if you want an apple. But it's given by earth. So I feel that now we are really, really ready to dive into this divine matrix, which is based on love, peace, abundance, and joy. And the rest is just an illusion. It's Maya, called Maya in Vedanta. So, my music is there for that. But I know,
so beautiful.
I know that so many women now are creating amazing stuff. We just need to find the right music for us, the right food, the right book, the right prayer. I've done a playlist like 4 days ago or 5 days ago on Spotify, and I choose the music for me, which is empowering and helping. And the name of the playlist, I was like, okay, what is the name? What is the name? Music to be guided. Because we need guidance, because we have so much information everywhere. You know, we don't know what to think because medias are going crazy, you know. I don't know if it's the same in your country, but in France, they were saying like, I don't have TV, but you know, I have Instagram. But and I remember the Monday, the government was saying something, and the Tuesday they were saying the total opposite, and the Wednesday, a famous professor, teacher, was finding the healing medicine from the corona. And the Friday, the government was telling us, no, this is not true. Don't take that medicine. It's dangerous. You know, we need guidance because we have so much different informations. We need to be guided by grace, by God, who is living inside of us.
Yeah.
This is the time to wake.
Definitely. Yeah, I totally agree. And we just have to stay aware and conscious. And yeah, if we don't find the answer in whatever media we are looking at, just you can find the answer from within or above. It's really the best tool and guidance we can use. And yeah, I would love to share. I will share the links to your music in the show notes so people can listen. And it's really healing and beautiful. And I want to also thank you so much for sharing your experience and your wisdom here with us.
Yeah, my heart is with all of us. I know that we can make it.
Yes.
I know we are connected. I know we are a same body. We are a same body. And we are pulsing. We are helping each others. We are helping each others. And if anyone needs to speak with me, to connect with me, you know that I'm here. I'm here on Instagram. I'm answering. I'm sharing the work of everybody too. When someone is there on inside of the community, I love sharing the music of other singers, what we are doing, what we are offering, because we need to be stronger. We need to be stronger together, and we are stronger together, and we are spreading, all that light in the world, so the ancient world can just go, let go and die. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm
Thank
here.
you so much, Cherii.
Thank you, Cherii.
You. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you again. So thank you so much.
Each time. Thank you. Have this.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I hope you found some inspiration and tools on your spiritual path with everything that Cherii shared with us today. And if you want to check out her music and her playlist, please just look at the show notes and you have all the links there. So let's close this beautiful episode with a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. And namaste.